I mean, he did a good job of rolling through on the ball screen, which he hadn't been doing. We did a good job of finding him on those roll throughs. And he certainly wasn't our problem. We just have to shoot the ball better. I mean, we're having a hard time with that. Like, again, you figure Davidson, this team, these are some of the better teams in the league. Dayton, they're not scorching us. We're just not scoring.
Keith, how do you make sure that a young, unproven group doesn't get frustrated by repeated offensive performances like this and just keep them engaged?
I mean, that's always a risk, Zach. You know, you get frustrated and you splinter, you know. But this wasn't an easy deal. Even with our full group, to win here is difficult. They got a good team. I mean, but we were right there. We were down a little bit, and then we had a 3-ball for Marcus that we drew up. There was a good shot we didn't make. Mike Hughes had an open 3 we didn't make. We had opportunities. We just didn't make enough shots, and their all-league player did. And he made a couple toughies. The beginning of the half, we didn't guard him well. But the ones he made, the pull-up shots, those are hard shots he made. That was the difference. We didn't make, and they made.
Keith, are you okay with almost 40% of your shots coming from beyond the arc, or would you like to see more shots in the paint?
I mean, I'd just like to see a few more go in, Jerry, to be honest with you. But they're not going to let us get shots in the paint right now. Do you understand? Like, they're doubling our post guys on every play. So until we make a couple from outside, that's not going to end. So we can't get any more in the paint right now because we can't make enough from outside. So if you don't make enough from outside, it never loosens up in the paint. Make sense?
Keith, what do you guys need to do to get to the foul line more?
Don't get me started. You trying to get me suspended?
I'm not trying to get you suspended. I'm sorry.
No comment.
Keith, do you feel like there are guys that can score at a higher level than they are right now? That you know, it's not some kind of lost cause. That there's more there.
Nah, that's a great question. I think Tyson Acuff can. I think what he's trying to do is just not make mistakes. I thought he played pretty well, though. I think he's a guy that we can build our leadership around. He played pretty well. He just has to score. Like, we need him to score. I think Chad Baker eventually. I mean, Tavy's going to shoot the ball better than he has. Again, we're asking him to do a lot. I mean, you look at their numbers, too. Like, their shooting numbers aren't good either. And those guys are good shooters. Like, Dominic Welch is a really good shooter, and his numbers are no good, right? Even Lofton, coming into the game, he was 3 for 21 from 3. Like, he didn't make any tonight either, so now he's 3 for 25. Like, there's no way he's that bad a shooter, right? You can't make those pull-up jumpers and be a bad shooter. So, like, I think a lot of people are going through the same things. So I think we'll make more shots. We're just not, like, we are what we are right now. Look at, man, for playing 5, we play 5 freshmen tonight. That's a pretty good defensive performance for 5 freshmen. Like so at this point of the year, what we have to do is we have to look for little victories until we're all the way where we want to be. Like, what we've asked our guys to do is hard. So I'm not making excuses for them, but we were capable of winning every one of those games. We had a bad 4 minutes at Dayton. Tonight we're right there to win, right there. We just got to make a couple. They made, we didn't make, right? But when you hold a team like that to 36%, man, that's a hell of a job, because they got a dominant big guy that runs to the rim, so you got to sit in. They got shooting around them, right? And they got one of the best point guards in the league. And the other guy's been playing better than anybody in the league, Holmes. So 36% for a young team. We'll be in every game. I told our guys afterwards, we'll be in every game playing that kind of defense. Now the question is, can we make anything? I mean, But we were much better tonight as far as how we played versus how we played at Dayton. Again, I watched the tape to make sure, but we tried to make the right play on a consistent basis tonight. And at Dayton, we didn't make the right play. So the more times you make the right play, eventually good things will happen. Unless you just aren't good enough. I mean, which if you don't make shots all year, then you're just not good enough, right? I mean, that's kind of the way I see it.
You played 2 games on the road, long bus rides a couple times. Did you have enough gas at the end, do you think?
I don't think it helped us. I mean, I think we were tired. I mean, I think we've been tired in the second half almost every game. But this one was almost unreasonable.
On the line of or in the same name of more small victories, do you think you guys created better looks offensively tonight?
I thought we did. I didn't think we took too many bad shots. I thought we had better looks. They came into Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, they came into the game number 1 in the league on defense, I think. Is that true?
I have to double check it. They were near the top, though. Yeah.
So, I mean, they got that rim protector at the rim, man. That guy's one of the best shot blockers in America. So it's hard, but we took it at him pretty good. I thought there were a couple plays. I thought one was a goaltend, but what do I know?
Keith, with these second halves that you're mentioning, how much does that, from a coaching perspective, maybe apply sets you can run or defensive schemes you can make, sensing the guys might have less energy coming back into the second half?
I mean, I don't know if there's much else we could do except play more people, which isn't great for you either. So, I think we'll play ourselves into better condition. We just got to keep our attitude right. They're not used to it. Our guys, look, we haven't been 3-5 since I've been here, right? So they're not used to this. They're getting adjusted to playing with different people. I'm not used to it. So, but I thought our young kids did some good things. Like, they still have a lot to learn. They got a lot to learn. They have to take more pride in guarding the ball. We just got beat off the dribble against a good player tonight, and we have to do better than that if we're going to win. What did they shoot from the 3 line? 2 for 16. Like, we're doing a lot of good things. We cut a lot of transition baskets out, which we didn't do against Dayton. We controlled the tempo of the game pretty well because we know we got to keep the score in to win. Now, we got to score 70 or 68, but we're not going to win many games above that right now. Anything else? Fire away.
Keith, any word on Mancio's return, or is it too soon to ask?
I'm gonna meet with him tomorrow, so I'll know more tomorrow. You can call me tomorrow if you want, sometime later, maybe in the evening. So I meet with him tomorrow, and look, at all I care about is his mental health and his well-being. Like I said before, I like Mason. I'm gonna respect whatever he wants to do, really, because nothing's more important than his mental health and him in general. Our team isn't more important than him. So that's how I see it. He'll help us, though. Gives us another body, another experienced player, if he can come back, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
We've hit about 2 weeks or a week or so, Keith, since a lot of the things have changed. Obviously, when you came in, you had to hit a reset button and get guys to buy in and commit to the program. How similar, if any, parallels can you draw to when you first came here in a lesser crash course, having guys buy in and maybe change philosophy on your end and on their end as well?
Well, I think it's something that's going on all over the country. You look even at St. Bonaventure, that guy's won a lot of games. He's a really good coach. They lost 2 guys at the break. 2 pretty good players, right? Guys, once the NCAA said this year doesn't count and you're most likely going to be immediately eligible next year, that put the kibosh on a lot of people. So now nobody has to fight through anything because they're getting their year back. And they told them at the end of the year that you're getting your year back, then I think you would have seen less people leave at the semester. right? Because they didn't know they're going to look. You figure, what the hell? What's the difference? I still got 2 years left, or I got 3 years left. This year doesn't count anyway. So we'll fight through it. So I think and then it's going to be really interesting when that rule passes on, basically being immediately eligible. We're going to go from 1,000 transfers to 1,500 transfers. It's going to be the wild, wild west. So it's going to be more like junior college basketball. You're going to have guys for 2 years. So, yeah, you got to adapt. You got to adapt your recruiting. And then, we're not allowed to go see games either. So the whole thing's changed.